What's up, guys? Mr. Lee Redmond here with episode number 5 of the Unemployment Challenge in Europe with Iskra Stal of Moldova. We have now completed the season in the Moldovan Division A, or Division A, however you say it. Unfortunately, there was no transfers later in the season, none going out either, though some players have been bid on. Nothing much has happened, to be honest, so I'll go straight into the all-important fixtures. Our last game was this one here away at Intersport of Roma, so you didn't go too well for that, to be fair. We drew 0-0 at Sheriff's second side in the first game of the section. One thing I've noticed is we're quite a dirty team. We have quite a few bookings. But in the 0-0 game against Sheriff, it was 16 shots to 13 in their favour, 5 on target to my 2, and they had 52% possession. We then followed that up by losing 1-0 to Saksan in the cup. Aline Barbu was put Saksan 1-0 up in the 27th minute. They had a player sent off with 2 bookings. I went straight to attacking to bring it back, but as soon as I went attacking, Zurab Makarenko was sent off for 2 bookings as well. We weren't able to claw it back and went out 1-0. 13 shots to 8 in my favour. I had 5 on target to their 2. I had 55% possession. We then lost 3-2 at home to Rascani. A goal from Dimitri Sorokin put us in front. We then had Alexei Kobateri actually put us 2-0 in front just before half time. But unfortunately we're not able to hold out as a goal from Nikolai Nastasi at the 70th minute. Alexander Giorgio just 7 minutes later pulled them level. And then with 60 seconds to go, Nastali made it 3-2 to give them the win. 12 shots to 11 in their favour. We had 6 each on target, and I had 54% possession. We then lost 3-0 at Dacia's second. Lurian Tunic with a hat-trick in the first 35 minutes was enough for Dacia to take the 3 points. 20 shots to 13 in their favour. They had 11 on target to my 0, and I had 54% possession. We then lost 2-1 away at Olympia Seconds Lokomotiva. Izha Konolpov put in 1 up in the 3rd minute. And just 10 minutes ago, Maxim Rapanici made it 2-0 to Olympia. Arkhipov did pull one back for us just before the hour mark, but we weren't able to claw another one back and ended up losing 2-1. But as you can see, we dominated. It was 18 shots to 4 in my favour. I had 8 on target to their 2, and they had 57% possession. We lost 5-2 against eventual champions Academia Chisinau. We were 2-0 down in the 7th minute and then had Andrei Apaneko sent off with 2 yellow cards in 9 minutes. We then had Smirnov, Evgeny Zernov, as I say it, Smirnov, sorry, put Chisinau 3-0 up just 10 minutes before half time. We did get a goal back for Arkhipov, and then 3 minutes later, Antolai Ostap made it 4-1 to Academia, and he made it 5-1 just 4 minutes later. Arkhipov did pull another one back with 8 minutes to go, but it was too little too late. 17 shots to 9 in their favour. They had 8 on target to my 4, and I had 53% possession. Typical, I batter someone and I lose, which is no surprise. We then went to CFR Lilaveni and won 4-1. This was a massive win for us. Arkhipov was 1 up in the 26th minute. He then made it 2 just 2 minutes later, and Christian Turkan made it 3-0 to us before half time. We then Lucien Philippe then pulled one back from with 6 minutes to go, but then Arkhipov completed his hat-trick in added on time. It was a massive result because we were struggling at that time. 16 shots to 9 in my favour. I had 9 on target to their 3, and I had 52% possession. We then followed that up by losing 2-0 home to second in the table, CSCA Rapid. Andrei Siafu in the 47th minute put it in front, and just 2 minutes later, Denis Kalinokov made it 2, and we weren't able to call anything back, and they went on to win 2-0. 6 shots to 5 in my favour. They had 3 on target to my 2. We had 50% possession. We then beat Gakwaziev 3-0, who were second at the time actually. Alexander Basev put us 1 up in 60 seconds, but Florio Dosani equalised from the penalty spot on the 20th minute. Just 3 minutes to go, Christian Turkan made it 2-1 to ourselves, and we were 2-1 up at half time. And then Alexi Sabatori, just 2 minutes into the second half, made it 3 to give us another important 3 points. 17 shots to 9 in my favour. I had 7 on target to their 2, and I had 52% possession. We then lost 2-1 at Victoria Badar, which was a massive defeat for us, to be fair. Valeri Lisvit put them 1 up in the 19th minute, and we were 1-0 down at half time. Now with 18 minutes to go, he doubled his tally. This was 11 minutes after Apansenko got his second red card of the season. We did have Alexei Sabatori equalised, or pull one back, sorry, but we weren't able to get an equaliser, and we've lost 2-1 to a team who was below us at the time. 13 shots to 4 in their favour. They had 5 on target to my 2, and they had 52% possession. We then won 4-2 at home to Zimbru's second side. Viktor Bolshakov put us 1-0 up from the penalty spot in the 22nd minute, and we were 1-0 up at half time. And then Sabatori scored his first goal of the game in the 58th minute, doubled his tally in the 63rd, and then actually completed his hat-trick in the 76th. So it was an 18-minute hat-trick. Sergei Bogdan pulled one back for Zimbru just 3 minutes later, and then with 60 seconds to go, Alexander Kosarenko made it 4-2, but we held out to take a very, very important 3 points. 14 shots to 11 in my favour. I had 7 on target to their 6, and they had 55% possession. We then drew 2-2 at home to Intersport Roma. We went 1-0 up in the 6th minute. We then made it 2-0 in the 27th minute. 2 minutes later, however, Asipenko made it 2-1 from the penalty spot for Roma, and then the Viktor Bolshakov own goal pulled it level 2-2 with 7 minutes to go before half time. There were no more goals, and we took another point, even though, again, as you can see, we dominated. 21 shots to 4 in my favour. I had 10 on target to their 2. I had 54% possession. And in the final game of the season, lost 4-3 at Dynamo Autos. A point was all I needed to survive. Igor Andronic put them Stralat put us 1 up in the 8th minute. Andronic made it 1-1 in the 11th, and just 2 minutes later, Strada made it 2-1. In the 40th minute, Mahali Koras made it 2-2, and then we missed a penalty just going into half time. Victor Alexi made it 3-2 to Dynamo, but 8 minutes later, Strada completed his hat-trick. But then with 20 minutes to go, Vladislav Zhiriev made it 4-3 to Dynamo to send us to defeat and potential to relegation. 17 shots to 12 in my favour. We both had 8 each on target. I had 54% possession. Thankfully though, Lelaveni and Badar were actually playing each other in the last game, and the only way I could go down was if Lelaveni went and won, because obviously goal difference doesn't count. It's actually straight to alphabetical order. Badar were winning, but then Lelaveni did pull it back to 1-1, but they drew, so we survived to fight in this division again next year. Coming down from the top division are Saksan and Stintal Georgiou, Coming up from the second divisions are Izvoras, this Aurora, I believe, got relegated last year, and Rapid's second club, CSCA Rapid's second club. With CSCA going out, they can actually come up, which is pretty decent. So we've not had a bad season. Well, look at some stats actually for players. Arkhipov was my leading goal scorer with 12. He did have average rating of 7.44, joined with Sergei Zakon. Assists, second in the table, Sabatori with 9, Arkhipov had 7. And then Arkhipov had a 54% shot on target ratio, which wasn't too bad. Obviously a couple of players will probably leave. I'll have to have a look at the actual contracts in a second actually, because I'm not too sure who they all are. We'll have to have a look, hopefully get some strikers in that can score goals. There's quite a few times where we had so many more shots on target, but we weren't able to do anything. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But that is it for this episode, guys. Leave some likes, leave some comments, subscribe, would appreciate it all. Tune in next time for the review actually at the end of the transfer window, like I should have done this time. and hopefully we'll go through everything as usual. Some of the scores, some of the transfers and all that lot, our finances. But until then, guys, as always, take it steady.